We're back in public session. We'll continue with our agenda, but at this point, I'd like to let everyone know that the BAE committee anticipating an executive meeting pursuant to HRS 92-5 A and 4. We received updated information, consulted with our legal counsel, and took necessary action regarding the committee's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities with respect to public land trust bills identified in the 2026 legislature, especially OHA bills on and measures affecting the public land trust, Matrix 3. Okay? All right, let's move forward. And what we'll do is, members, we're going to vote on what we talked about in executive session. So I'd like to move to accept the amendments to propose CD1 on SB 903 relating to Hawaiian affairs with additional language requests as to HRS Chapter 10H and spending limitations. Okay? Any discussion? Hearing none. Go ahead. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ahuna is excused. Trustee Akaka?
Aye.
Trustee Akina?
Aye.
Trustee Alapa? Yes. Trustee Kahele is excused. Trustee Lindsay? Trustee Souza? Aye. Trustee Waihe'e?
Yes.
Chair Galutaria?
Aye.
Trustee Lindsay?
Kanalua.
Thank you. You have 6 yes votes and 1 Kanalua.
Okay, mahalo, members. All right, let's move forward. Approval of the minutes, February 4th, 2026. Any public testimony? Leanne?
I'm sorry.
Any public testimony for the minutes?
No.
No? Okay, I move to approve February 4th, 2026 minutes of the Committee on Beneficiary Advocacy and Empowerment. Any discussion? Okay, call for the vote, please.
Trustee Ahuna is excused. Trustee Akaka?
Aye.
Trustee Akina?
Aye.
Trustee Alapa? Trustee Kahele is excused. Trustee Lindsay?
Aye.
Trustee Souza? Trustee Waihe'e?
Yes.
Chair Galutaria?
Aye.
We have 7 yes votes and 2 excused.
Okay, thank you. We were scheduled to have a presentation at this point from Sybil Lopez. Is she on?
She's on, but we're trying to get, I guess, what she wants to present.
I think we should move to the next item and then come back.
Okay, we'll move on. But Sybil, stand by, okay? Wherever you are. We're going to go first of all to the administrative updates, 2026 legislative session, rapid response approval, testimony, submittal updates. Members, no deliberation or decision making on this. Okay. Lena Ala, is there anything that you'd like to report on rapid response? No? Okay, let's move to the public testimony for this, rather. No public testimony?
No.
Okay, let's move to the next administrative update. 2026 federal and county level legislative approvals affecting Native Hawaiians. Any public testimony, Leanne?
No testimony.
Okay, Leonala?
Nothing new. We've just proceeded with the city charter testimony that the board approved last week.
Okay, yeah. Should we do this all one time?
One time.
Okay. Kalamai, this is a bit lengthy, but we're going to package them all together because there's nothing with regard to the matrices that we got to discuss, right?
I can provide a Matrix 1 update if you want, but there's no change to positions.
No change to positions?
Yeah, no, I could just provide an update on the package if the trustees want, but it's basically the same as last week. The 2 that are moving are still moving.
What's the pleasure of the board? You guys want to hear it? No? Okay, does it look like they want to hear it as much as you want to give it? Okay,
I mean, I can do it really quick. It's just for Matrix 1. There's our HB 2104 is still moving. That's our Island Burial Council bill. HB 2101, which was a commercial aquarium collection bill, is pretty much dead because no conferees have been appointed. And HB 1710, which is the one that included historic preservation language to better protect EV kupuna by identifying high-risk areas such as sand dunes, lava tubes, karsts. Doesn't look like it's really going to move out of conference committee. So that's the one I mentioned last week. We're going to continue to work with SHPD and the relevant committee chairs off session to try and make sure that it can go through next year.
okay. Any others, matrices to report? Otherwise, I'm going to bundle it all up into one motion.
Yep, nothing else. Everything is same position, and we updated all the conference letters we planned to send last week.
It's just you're gonna
Okay.
read it off as, you're gonna read it because it's on the agenda.
Okay, this is for OHA positions on 2026 bills. We went through Matrix 1, which is the bill package, legislative bill package. Matrix 2 through 10. Do we have any public testimony, Leanne?
We do have one person online, but I'm not sure which item.
Okay. Who's that?
Just allow her to speak. Her name is Kamole McDonald.
She's on
Did you
right now?
Did you push her in?
Mauli, are you there? Yeah, neither do I. Kamole, once again, can you hear me?
Unmute
Okay.
yourself.
Kainoa Le McDonald.
Oh, aloha, e kalamai.
Okay, that's
So
you.
it's myself and Sybil Lopez from Moloka'i that
Oh,
will
okay.
be presenting.
Okay, stand by because we're going to get to you as soon as we get through the matrices, okay? Just stand
Okay,
by.
mahalo.
Yeah. Okay. So, once again, is there any public testimony for any of these matrices? No?
No.
Okay, very good. Okay. No decision making or voting. All righty, we'll move on. Okay, so we want to welcome, and I'm sure that our trustee from Moloka'i knows our presenters, but I'd like to say aloha no to Sybil Lopez. Sybil, are you there?
Aloha, Chair, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, okay. And Kainoa Le, we just talked to you, yeah? Kainoa,
Yes, aloha.
okay. So you folks will be doing this presentation together. You've asked for us to hear your report on the Moloka'i Kona low storm disaster and the impacts on the Hawaiian homes communities, correct?
Correct.
Okay, firstly, any public testimony about this presentation?
No public testimony, and right now, we just need to let them know that we could not open the document in the form they sent it to us.
Did you guys hear that?
But we're trying to convert it, so if we can convert it, then we'll put it up.
Would you still want to proceed without the documents being put up on the screen?
Will we be able to share it on our end? It says I don't have the host capabilities.
We're checking on that
And
right now.
I-
Hold on one second,
Mahalo.
okay?
Much appreciated. Aloha, Trustee Alapa.
I'd like to give Trustee Alapa the floor for a second.
Right, Latino work. Okay, works. Aloha, everyone. Hi, Sybil. Hi, Kainoa. I was very pleased yesterday to, along with myself and our COO, he was there with me to present two checks two entities, and we got kind of like a nice, just an overall view from what they've done so far. Obviously, there's so much more work to do. And then top of that, the damages is just beyond what we can ever imagine. And I'm hoping that we will be able to, depends on where we are, be able to allow more monies to come to Moloka'i especially, because you folks, all of us, in dire need of the extra funding. So the 2 checks that went out, they'll probably be all used up in one day, because there's so much more to bring into Moloka'i for supplies and so forth. What was her name? Kainoi Davis gave us a nice view of how she goes back and forth with the boats and so forth, the fuel costs, the supplies that are needed. It's just never ending. It's going to seem like it's going to be never ending for the next months, maybe years to come. So I'm hoping that OHA will be able to step up a little bit more and help to minimize the damages with the support that you folks need financially. I understand with mold growing, many of our senior citizens, our kupuna, are affected by their health status, and they're in dire need of what do you call that, those air purifiers and so forth. That's what they're sharing with us. So I know we're going to need to put in more funding for that, or at least to help to minimize their health risk, and then some. So you got our ear, and I'm so glad you guys are here to share more of what you folks, we're all going through at this time with our board. Thank you so much.
Thank you, trustee. Okay, Sybil, Kainole, I've been told that it's okay for you to share. So you guys, yeah. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Okay, you have 10 minutes to present. Please proceed. Thank you. You want to turn your mic on, Sybil?
All right. Well,
Go ahead, Kai, as I get share the screen, you can introduce.
okay, I'm gonna just put my camera on for a little while because for some reason my audio on my side is breaking up. So I don't know if I turn off my video, it would be better. But let me just do this. Aloha, my name is Kainoa McDonald. In my current service in Mokupuni DC, community development, in my current community, I am the council member, which is Maui and Lanai. My work in service to the Hawaiian homes, the over 200,000 acres of trust lands that Prince Kuhio had envisioned. And so through this work, I am on Maui. So my main kuleana is actually to the Hawaiian homesteads that are across Maui County. And so that brings me to the work that Sybil and I do. I also serve as the chair of the Waitlist Organization, another homestead association that I have succeeded Uncle Mike Kahikina, and I am now chair of the Association of Hawaiians for Homestead Lands, and these are the policy advocates under the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act and the 29,000 of us, like myself, waiting on the wait list. So that's my introduction, and my work with Sybil brought us back to working together in unison as a direct result of the Kona storm. So Sybil, you were able to get that up?
Yes, if you guys can see my screen. So mahalo,
I see it.
Kainoa, and just want to make sure that we mahalo our trustee Alapa for all the work that she's done. And yes, thank you so much for coming to Moloka'i yesterday and honoring us with your presence, along with providing the financial support that is necessary for the people and the boots on the ground. Can you see my screen? I think it's frozen. Just want to make sure that you're able to see my screen. If not, I probably would have to
Yeah, we can see it.
mute my video and see if you guys have the ability to see that again. but in essence, like what Kainoa has shared is that, it was such a small island of Moloka'i. We wear so many hats. Being that I'm the Sovereign Council of the Hawaiian Homestead Associations, Moloka'i Mokupuni representative, which is the statewide chapter for homesteads across the Pai'aina, along with the Association of Hawaiians for Homestead Lands, which is the waitlisters. So statewide, you're looking at Prince Kuhio's legacy of 203,000 acres, 10,000 people that are on the land, 28,000 people on the wait list, and the successors of them. I am the fourth generation of a homestead within the homestead generation, and I am a successor. Together, we created the Mokupuni Community Development Corporation that you see on your left hand. And these are the supporting homestead associations that we support. And back in 2016, during the Obama administration, we was able to codify under the Code of Federal Regulations 43, Part 47 and 48 to define homestead beneficiaries and homestead beneficiary associations on the federal level, utilizing the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act to its native Hawaiian beneficiaries. And so specifically, we're talking about Moloka'i. Moloka'i, which is the second largest landowner on the island of 25,769 acres. You got 840 leased lessees on the land, and over 2,100 people waiting to be waiting for their land. And I'm going to see if I can be able to do this. But who is Mokupuni Community Development Corporation? Just so that, it's not gonna. Okay, if you see my screen, I'm not sure if you can see the website, but I'm actually taking you to my website, the Mokupuni Community Development Corporation website, where Ahu vale ka po'okela I kauhana ia ha'i. It is through the way we serve others that our greatness will be felt. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization really trying to dedicate and serve our Native Hawaiian beneficiaries that are part of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, and helping to advance and uplift those beneficiary voices, strengthening their pathways through development, future planning, which are rooted in self-determination and the stewardship of Aina. And through this emerging organization, the disaster came, and we were able to kind of really be boots on the ground actually prior to that. So let me make sure that I get you back to my screen so that you guys can see the rest of my presentation. Okay, here we go. And so how does that organizational support looks like? MCDC on the top, and with the concerted efforts of Moloka'i Cares. And Moloka'i Cares is also boots on the ground, community vetted organization that supports the whole island of Moloka'i, as MCDC specifically focuses on homesteads associations like Holehua Homesteaders Association, Kapa'akea Homestead Association, Kamililo Onali'i Homestead Association, which we created an intake survey form specifically designed for us, our homesteads, to define and identify the real need during this Kona storm. And how does that impact look like? It has real damage, real families, and real urgencies. And looking at the preparedness factor on how we utilize our county agencies like Maui Emergency Management Agency, which we have Justin Newhart on the ground. And I just want to make sure that you guys clear on my professional level. I am the Maui County Moloka'i planner under the County of Maui Planning Department, which I've done more than 10 years of mitigation work through and with MEMA, looking at mitigation projects and plans for the island of Moloka'i. And so this event came as trying to prepare our people, as Shaw took the leadership to activate leaders within the homestead, doing cross-communication establishment and monitoring update real time with MEMA, and really preparing our people how sheltering in place looks like, watching as USGS and the nation and NOAA and NWS, the National Weather Service, watching and preparing for this Kona storm. As the Kona 1 storm came in, it really saturated the ground. It took out electrical and it took out our water outage, overburdening our existing pumping stations and existing critical infrastructure, but not preparing for the devastation that comes in when it came Kona low storm. And this is a 2-minute video, and I know you told me I get 10 minutes, but it's basically, and I'm not going to show them based on time, but this 2-minute video really from one of our homesteaders in Camille Lois just was sharing, watching the news, watching this weather unfold, and like really filming real time at the moment on Monday morning, March 23rd at 1 a.m. when she got the grieving call from her son to get him out of the riverbank flood that was passing through the house, his home in 1 a.m. And luckily for this mother that was able to gather her son and whatever was left to leave and evacuate at 5 a.m. There were more waters that was coming in.
Okay, Sybil,
So
you got,
step two, the
Sybil,
immediate impact and looking at the devastation that cut off communities, our
Sybil,
homestead communities. Yes.
Sybil, we're gonna, when you finish up this particular part of it, let's wrap up, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that, but I appreciate it and mahalo your guys' time. So I'll do it swift. But so basically, Kapakia and all the way to Honolulu was the most severely impacted. They were the impact zone, being cut off by water, debris, and even attempts to evacuate. But they chose to stay in their homes and wait out the storm. Ho'olehua was heavily impacted with aging homes, and this impacted 180 plus homestead households. The community response efforts were able to mobilize and create emergency hubs using our existing food distribution networks, which we had 7 across the whole island. These are the support and the coordination efforts that came along and continue to come along during this process. Like what Trustee Alapa said, we don't want to live in our disaster, but we want to make sure that we have the necessary means to help our people along this journey back to normalcy. Yeah. And these are the assessments that we've been doing. These are just the conditions that they're living in now. This multi-generational families. The biggest impact is cultural and emotional, because we understand living on homestead land that you have that cultural multi-generational family faceted. We have to make sure that we're sensitive to our kupunas, sensitive to the vulnerabilities and the ohana down to the keiki. And these are the responses or the reactions and the responses that we took in action. We cleaned up, we helped with the debris removal, we did tree trimmings, mold remediation efforts, emergency roof repairs and patch jobs, and even providing temporary housing. DHL was able to deploy and activate their land division. They came on the scene and looked at the culvert system. And we knew that there was another Kona storm coming, so we had to prepare, those infrastructure. This is what we're doing right now, is creating these resource centers to do case management, to make sure because the emergency declaration has been enacted in April 8th. There's individual assistance and public assistance available for our people, but we need help. Yeah, we need help to get it on the island. Because we're such a small island of 7,500, you look at 834 on the homestead, and you only get 2 people boots on the ground, but you got plenty community organizations such as Moloka'i Cares, Malama Manae, coming together as one just to help our people. And this is pretty much our long-term solutions, because resilience to our eyes is independently being able to take care of one another during times of this kind of need. And again, like Trustee Alapa said, we want to make sure that it's maybe a year and a half at the most, because we understand that we don't have Home Depot that we can go and get lumber. We don't have Costco where we can go get new appliances. These things take time, and it comes by barge, and we only get twice a week to do that. So in conclusion, I know I swiftly went through everything, but I want to honor your time. But we do need help. We need resources, and we are in meetings with your staff, and we want to continue to have those meetings with your staff. And just please provide us the financial support necessary to do the job that we need. The community and our homesteads can do that as well with your concerted efforts. So mahalo.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much. Your response was impressive. And thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us today. Trustee Alapa, anything in closing?
Sybil, just know that we're going to do everything in our power to be able to provide more funding, because this is all about the livelihood of our people, especially in Moloka'i. And I hope that our trustees, after listening to your presentation, will definitely support and ensure that we are able to facilitate additional fundings for you folks, because it is obviously vital to our people. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Mahalo, Sybil. Mahalo,
Appreciate all
Kainale.
your work. Mahalo,
Mahalo.
trustees.
Aloha,
And
see
actually,
you.
we'll be presenting on Maui, so I'll be meeting with Trustee Lindsay. I did see you at an event at the Lele Aloha event, so
Okay.
we'll circle back around. Thank you.
Very good.
And provide
Aloha.
updates. Mahalo, Chair. Aloha.
Aloha. Okay. Leanne, do we have anyone online or in person that has anything to share during community concerns and celebrations?
There is somebody online that we will ask if they are here to share in that.
Okay, who would that be?
That is Keomailani Hanapi Hirata.
Okay. Kia Mailani, can you hear us? And members, we will be convening the Budget and Finance Committee meeting at 11 o'clock.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, no, I didn't want to testify. I actually logged in to help support and help out Sybil in her presentation. I am not a BHHL beneficiary. Us as Kuleana landowners in East Moloka'i, we are working together with Sybil and their Mokupuni CDC, and it's all a kako effort. So I was only on here to support her presentation. Mahalo.
Okay, in the house today. Wow. Anybody else? Community concerns, celebrations?
That's all.
Okay, hearing none. Members, does anyone have any announcements today? Oh, Trustee Akaka.
Yes, this could serve as a community concern and celebration, as well as announcement, and I can go into it further in our board meetings, our board meeting tomorrow. But just sharing that yesterday there was the check distribution to Key Project.
Oh, yeah.
With Office of Hawaiian Affairs, and that was excellent, where there was opportunity to learn more in terms of what they have done through the decades with their organization, with that side of the island, as well as their continued efforts that they do in kokuing within our Native Hawaiian community and the community as a whole, with effects of this severe weather and flooding. So I think we can share more on that later. However, I also want to bring forth to the where we're constantly having this challenge when it comes to these flooding efforts and the communications within and externally. And I would like to see that our island trustees are kept abreast of what is happening. As the Oahu trustee, I'm still asking for clarification and consultation and coordination when it comes to these continued efforts. Sure. And I think that it's pertinent when it comes to administration, to the BOT side of things, that our trustees, and especially our island trustees, are consulted and coordinated with, so that we can ensure that our beneficiaries are communicated with, especially when it comes to these matters, and that we're kept abreast of things.
Okay. And we'll learn more about Key Project tomorrow. Okay, very good. Any other announcements, members? Once again, we are going to convene the Budget and Finance Committee at 11 o'clock. There being no further business, I make a motion to adjourn the April 29th, 2026 meeting of the Committee on Beneficiary Advocacy and Empowerment. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ahuna's excused. Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Trustee Alapa.
Aye.
Trustee Kahele is excused.
Aye.
Trustee Lin. Oh, you're here. Thank you. Trustee Kahele is yes. Trustee Lindsay.
Aye.
Trustee Souza. No. Thank you. Trustee Waihe'e. Chair Galatario.
Right.
You have 8 yes votes, 1 excused.
Mahalo, we're adjourned.